ดูหมายดูมาหลายที่เพิ่งเห็นเขาหยิบเคสลินนั้นเนี่ยคือดูของเกาหลีแล้วก็ของ PCS อ่ะเพิ่งอยากเขาไม่ค่อยหยิบเคสลินกันเลยเพิ่งเห็นของจีนนั่นแหละ
TES going to lean into is a lot of easier setups with vision and controlling objectives going to be there with those saplings with that mount rifle.
And this actually sets up a very especially this feels like that green one. This feels like
โอเคมีลักด้วยลักนี้ก็ไม่ค่อยเห็นนะไปดูลีกอื่นได้เลยเขาแทบไม่หยิบกันนะโอ้ my god
that Lux lock in though, you always know BLG gotta keep it spicy. The Lux super good.
Yeah, I'm curious of what the reason to do here is Tristana would have been the first Tetris one that he plays. The other big one that would come to mind would be Nico, but Nico isn't something that Cream has really shown that he's able to lean on. I think those are the two big picks that can like really jump into a fight and try and find that access onto what is a very long range bot lane, right? Hell, you're gonna be seeing Lux and Caitlyn almost killing enemy junglers in their own jungle. So yeah, it's about closing the distance. I think a lot of what TES needs to round up their composition with, which is kind of funny because on what things are changing pools.
Is locked in for the second phase here by BLG.
You know what else might be obnoxious despite being very nerfed and us not seeing much more of? Is if he just ends up going Karma and we have all these shields, all of this poke on their composition for the Caitlyn and Sid to be able to
He
play
was
with.
insane on it the last time.
Yeah, they were a team who were really able to make that pick work. But now for TES, again, we don't have a lot of great answers.
Yo,
Rek'Sai, there we go. We actually have the
original! The original! Oh my god, I love it! Oh man, it was so funny to me whenever I was guesting on LCS this split. Whippo has become a prominent figure in LCS, and he still talks about his memories with 369 in solo queue in China, and the Urgot. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But it also gives them a lot of lane presence for top lane.
I hope you try to pull me out in that top side. PSPT showing the Yone thinking of going that route of bringing even more engaged. They can go AD having the Maokai in the jungle, but instead knock out of it. Azir will still be able to try to find those angles himself with the Emperor's Divide under the 1-2K.
นี่ถ้าเรือจริงก็ตกใจนะโอ้
Has to be able to try and stay a fair bit away from things like the Zinjao and the Rek'Sai. Right now hovering things like the A-Soul. So it seems like, okay, BLG
เบก้านี่ก็ไม่ได้เห็นมานานมากนะในการแข่งโอ้
saying, right, playing out
เบก้ากับลักอะไปดูของเกาหลีแบบของเอเชียไม่เจอเลย
and BLG have got lent on this style multiple times, but again, they've already played this Caitlyn Lux duo 3 times so far, and we're generally finding success with it.
I hope everybody's getting their invites for the party bot lane again. I hope this time everyone gets everything they asked for. But I think the real conversation is how quickly Shun and Tian are going to get down there. And I do really like, as just a little caveat for the Veigar, the amount of peel and denying of that nature's grasp, the entrance at least from the Maokai of Tian, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, really might be able to prevent so many plays from being able to come through. And this one's going to be interesting. I think especially with the addition of that Urgot in top lane, I'm really curious to see how that matchup goes with Zelen. If 369 is really just going to be able to like drive this one home, and how much jungle attention that ends up pulling.
True.
So a lot of questions to be asked. And again, neither of these teams showing their full hands just yet, getting a curveball every time.
In game number 1, we talked so much about these teams being our 2 most dominant early game teams. It doesn't mean they can't fight in late game, but we have seen them completely destroy games. BLG, they had TES in a chokehold in that game number 1. TES need to bounce back. This is a spot at MSI. This is a spot in the finals. You want to have a knockout, drag-out fight. And it's game number 2 between Billy and Top Esports. Legends abound, but all of this on a potential comeback from Top Esports after game number 1.
髪の生えかかった勇気を持って未だかつてないスピードで君の元へダイブをまどろみの中で
แต่จริงๆรักเจอนามิรักอาจจะกดนิดหน่อยนะระยะมันไกลกว่า แต่ว่าก็จะดูที่จังหวะด้วยมันถึงพูดว่ากดมันก็ไม่ได้เวอร์วังอะไรขนาดนั้น
So much, I'm sure the players do as well. That's an intense matchup. So many stars, so many world champions on the side of Top Esports, and a super team in the making. Feels like a very rambunctious split so far here.
Yeah, they again really showing their stuff, just being able to take down JDG in that last series. Now gonna have to be able to come back against BLG, who again have a lot of range to be able to play with. So they're gonna try and just bully their way in here with Bon's E. You can see people like Jackal and Mako waiting in the wings, but I don't really know how much they can do to contest this.
They're actually gonna fight for it. Oh man, he's gonna burn the flash and they heal double summoner spells on the bot side burn from Top Esports. We saw the last time that Jackie Love didn't have flash. It didn't go well. BLG can use this level 1 to move on to TN. He does end up getting that one away. It is split 1 for 2 here between the junglers.
Still though, you've created a bunch of pressure, you've chunked TN, you've gotten sums around bot and BLG. Violence is the name of the game.
I love it. They just want the advantage. Okay, should go for the vision to see if TN had been down here because they
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยวนี้เขาเวทกันขนาดนี้แล้วเหรอ
taken this unique path to try to go down here. Now he's just like, okay, thumbs up, guys. I guess BLG really want bot side presence.
I love that they're playing this like an adventure game, just, wandering around as
What
a
kind of
3-man
adventure
horde.
game is this?
The kind where you're given a quest of people you need to kill, you got a hit list, and they're hoping for it. But we come back to lane again. BLG have found an advantage in this early game. They're kind of looking more holistically at what BLG want to do, right? We talked about in draft, jungle pressure on bot lane. But for BLG, it's not really about finding kills, it's about enabling the 2v2 to bully out through their range. TS, though, they want to find the kills.
They need kills on Jackie Love to have any success. TN has skirted around any vision, even though there wasn't really any up there. They're trying to get it because of how much range BLG can play with over here.
Shun now making his way back down, which is putting a lot of threat on the TS, but one's still not level 2.
Difference here. The slow gonna come down. Jackie Love stepping up to force on back. The tension is huge down here. And TS know they give up this presence. The Caitlyn Lux will rule this bot lane kingdom. They cannot let that happen. Mako flashing. My goodness, the damage potential there, and they're gonna crash the wave.
แล้วแฟดเช้ากว่านี้อีกนิดนึงนะเกิดใหม่ละ
The standoff goes on, the more it just favors them, right? Because this is pretty much the name of the game for Shun, which is find out where TN is, hover around bot side, make sure it's lit up, and just allow Elkinon to be able to be the wrecking crew that the Caitlyn Lux is primed to be in now. Again, getting even another summoner off of it with Mako's heal now being left open to these plates. We did see, just to kind of go back to the opposite side of the map, because who knows when we'll really be able to talk to that, 369 obviously did have pressure in lane. You'd expect it from range versus melee. And even Urgot's passive, the shotgun legs giving you that max AP damage will really come in as a big thing later on. But still, been doing just fine, able to keep up with CS in that matchup.
See if that actually comes out the 369 here. As we see, the last time played was.
เอ๊ะเพิ่งรู้ว่าเล็กไซด์เล่นบนได้ด้วยนะเนี่ย
Love to see the
คือตอนเห็นหยิบเล็กไซด์มานึกว่ามันเอาไปป่านะโอ้ my god
I think that'd be against
เล็กไซด์บนก็ไม่เคยเห็นนะขนาดในแรงค์ไทยยังไม่เจอเลยเล่นมาบ่อยเหมือนกันแต่ไม่
Oh, the flash. Look at On making the plays. And we got to talk about this guy. Game number 1, he picks out the Camille.
เฮ้ยคอมโบแล้วเคทลินของดีเหมือนกันนะเนี่ยรูทโดนแล้ววางกับดักหัวแตก
And I mean, Mako just thinking he has a window. Jackie Love might get punished too on. Jackie's gonna get away in time, but yeah, On finding the opportunity. Mako healing save, going for that. Tien wasn't too far away. It was like up more towards mid in Rever, but still. I mean, there was enough distance there for BLG to be able to find the kill. No time for any follow-up to show up.
The craziest thing is, On is not some new player. Yes, he's made a big splash for his name on BLG itself, but right, like we've seen him on Suning, we've seen him on Weibo. He never made the biggest difference, but here it feels like he's setting the tempo in this bot lane 2v2 with two world champs.
Yeah, he's really just been doing a great job again, like so consistent as a support towards the top end over this past year. Still, we're gonna see TS at least able to find something with the pressure that 369's been able to generate, picking up grubs right now. And now
Fighting next. That's he walked into the trap there. That cleanse does end up saving a decent amount though. But Jackie Love's gonna be worse for wear, and that's a decent summoner spell cooldown as those 3 grubs finally go over to TN.
I'm so desperately trying to make top lane matter since we have a top lane.
Can't do it. It doesn't matter. It's an island.
It absolutely
คือตอนนี้ลูเซียนไม่มีเคสแล้วถ้าพลาดโดนแบบตะกี้อีกรอบหนึ่งก็น่าจะเกิดใหม่อะ
to the tussle on bot side. Slight CS lead as you'd expect for on and out, but now the big thing is them starting to get the ball rolling with the Drakes.
We saw it actually lead out to so much success for BLG in the last game, setting their tempo of getting those objectives, taking the early trade of those grubs to top esports, even though they were on the other side. It's going to be continued success here for them, where Shoot has found a decent CS differential over TN and will keep upgrading that, I feel like, in this fashion. And I do wonder, is there some proactivity that needs to come from top esports back towards bottom side, or are they fine getting to a point where they can get team fights going?
I mean, I think if this game goes to distance, like TS are completely fine. I think 369 should be able to keep generating pressure like throughout the game. Again, he's going to be a real source of damage later on. You have low cooldown, you have that damage coming out from the passive, you have Azir, you have a front line from outside. Like, you're checking every box. A lot of it's going to come down to just the executions and like the angles they can find, right? I think TS are going to have to, not to the crazy extent, right, as BLG with the
โอเคไปเช็คมาแล้วมันเล่นได้จริงๆด้วยอ่ะเล็กไซด์เลนบนแถมอัตราชนะก็ไม่ได้แย่ด้วย
Soon they should be able to get Raya wherever they send their artillery squad and Cable Lux. They're going to have ways to be able to get around that as the game progresses. Sadly, during the laning phase, they really will just be locked in down this fucking run. But again, look, there's both their soul laners are winning. We haven't talked about Cream, but he's finding a bit of an advantage up against Knight.
Yeah, that's really big to have those little minutes to play around for TN. Not going to be able to get the damage there in the end. Ben makes it out alive. See some more tussling, I feel like, come between these two top laners as time progresses. TN going for a little bit.
เมื่อกี้ถ้าแฟดช้ากว่านี้อีกนิดนึงแล้วได้เกิดใหม่แล้วโดนอีสกิล4ของกอดลากไปถลุง
As we'll always.
As we always do.
But still, we haven't actually seen the Kalen. Let's getting the calling damage down early, pretty nice. Making, trying to stop those potential abilities for aggression later on. We haven't actually seen the ability for BLG's violence to actually push forward aggressively and really hit plates, other than just the one so far.
And that was a big difference to get a roll to. On top and bot side. Vision. Wind does become lightning and Mako comes to freeze again.
So they do manage to get that. We're even getting close to 60s. Elk just getting his out. And again, we're going to be able to see BLG to start using those poke tools to get Jackie Love and Mako out of lane and finally start being able to take these plays. But we
เดี๋ยวนั้นทำไมมอคานไปอยู่ตรงนั้นได้อะ
might be able to pinch again.
Could be big. Okay. Oh, got a little bit of damage there coming in as well with Ace and Hole. Rona burning the flash. That's big on the Maokai. We see so many plays with that flash Bramble Smash.
Yeah, so gonna be able to make sure that it's even harder for him to be able to close the distance. When we said for TS, at least once we get
That's what they
post-lane
gotta
phase.
do.
Yeah, that'll be with a look as Knight finds a nice cage. Shouldn't really be able to get too much more than just a bit of damage here.
Oh my goodness. He has primordial burst. Yeah, he knows he has flash too. He's gonna walk up. Does he have the damage? The calculation! It is the gold!
เฮ้ยมันก็ในนี่กัดระยะสกิลแม่นมากเลยนะคือตะกี้ดูห่างๆแล้วแบบดูแล้วไม่น่าจะฆ่าได้อะ
Up against one of the goats in Knight, and Knight finds a beautiful opportunity and gets the solo kill off.
That's so big setup for the scaling aspect of BLG. That's something I wanted to talk about earlier is no matter what top esports have, yes, we talk so much about their scaling as well. Knight has picked this Vigor pick for a reason. They have so much CC, they have so much layering, and he will scale to infinity.
And again, just the cage just provides all also that space deterrence is who cares about that, because 369 now has to have a bit of
He's
his
got
own
8
medicine.
legs, okay, Lyric? He can move fast.
Still though, I don't think it'd be ideal
Is
for
it
him
8
to be
legs or
down
is
a
it 6?
flash. I don't know.
I think it's
Urgot
6.
can have as many legs as he pleases.
Wait, he's got 6 legs and 2 arms, so it equals 8. Okay, it's fine. My math is fine. Results-based analysis. We're going to take a look back at Knight's solo kill.
This is what we want to see, right? I mean, it's really just great use of the cage, not having that dash there, as we just saw it being already used by Cream, which is why the flash has to be forced out. And I love it, like you said, having the ult, just running him down, and then being able to finish it off with the ult again.
God,
Cream's first time, at the very least. Like, who knows where TS can go from here? They could still win the series. Very least top 3 highest he's ever been, but now having to contend with those juggernauts like Knight.
I will say those like da-dun sound came up as soon as Cream flashed. Knight was like, oh, I got this all day. Tien is looking at in here, won't be able to find him. They got so much mobility to play with here for BLG in the early parts of the game. We are getting a collapse around these grubs, and top esports going to start it up.
BLG's composition plays a lot better when it's already on the objective first, and it could really try to zone you away, but still they have the poke to be able to play with, to try to brute force their way in, but it's looking rough. They need to make sure they can't get collapsed on by the score.
Congrats to start it off, calling straight to the dome, and he's gonna get dragged back. 369 comes up with a big one, and that will be all 6 of the telegrubbies to top esports.
เหมือนท็อปอีสปอร์ตน่าจะได้6ตัวนะไวคัพ
And again, usually you want the Caitlyn there first, setting down the traps. The Lux constantly throwing out the poke, and that wasn't possible. So, gonna be able to find some nice advantages now with the 6.
That, as well as the first item spike coming up. We already get the static shift. Oh, Cream. You don't have flash this time, but you do have Emperor's Divine. He should just gonna flash for him. He wants to get a little bit more damage here. You have Tien coming down the way, as they won't. Actually, they're just gonna commit for it. Okay, they really want Kareem. They want some more stacks. Soon gets out alive. Knight's still alive too. He has the cage to deny Tien. And
เฮ้ยแล้วรอดด้วยนะตอนแรกนึกว่าไอ้ป่านั้นตายไปแล้ว
bandits.
I mean, BLG real. Oh, wait. Oh. Actually forced back in the end. Not feeling confident, just fully committing for that dive.
Actually have the angle here. That nice little light binding with the ulti flash play too. They're gonna get the TP out. No, though, as that will be Cream joining the push. They could get some more plates up here. They have about a minute to get more. TP in response from Knight.
Still Kareem having to TP up here after how scary that almost looked, really being back and forth. On had to blow his flash, but he ended up getting both of Jackie-Love's sums. So just like last game, it feels like any time I'm looking over at Jackie-Love, those just not being available. BLG doing such a good job of consistently punishing him and making sure he isn't able to get that one through.
โหท็อปก็เล่นดีนะเนี่ยได้ทั้งไวคัพได้ทั้งมังกรแบบได้หมดเลย
Expected a little bit of snowball happening when On gets 2 kills early last game, but now top esports getting more of that objective control, getting the even dragon split now, and we're getting to a point where they can use this team fight composition to move around the map.
And now with Herald about to come up, it could be another place where they can show off, right? You already have Jackie-Love in top side, so they're gonna have Cryo. You can move down first. BLG gonna try and contest that through mid. But again, it just might be a bit scary with Jackie-Love not being able to safely enter. But Tien's ult can also just still cause so many problems for the whole of BLG's composition.
Actually moving down near the Rift Herald is out. And Tien gonna try to take the Stubble Crab here. Just a little bit of presence around it. Top esports.
เฮ้ยแบบนี้เผลอๆปล่อยดิฟด้วยนะแบบไปถึงไม่คอนเทสอะ
Much more the fashion where top esports have control of the map. Even though it's not a big lead, even though we're dead even.
อ๋อไม่สู้อะถ้ายาน่าจะสู้
Wrestle that away from him.
I feel like the threat of the Urgot should just be so much for them. I mean, he already has his Black Cleaver done. Vin hasn't been able to finish up his Sunfire just yet. They do both have TP, so if 369 did TP in here, that could be the difference maker that would inch this towards TES. But TES are taking their time. Cream pushed in that wave top, and now Knight is forced to answer. You can see him leaning down, which is enabling this aggression from the rest of TES.
And I think a little thing to look out for.
แต่ถ้าไฟจริงไฟยากอยู่นะมอคายมันอันติมันสกิล4มันสำหรับทีมไฟอยู่แล้วไง
His dash to take.
แค่เปิดสกิล4เรียกลากมาอีกมาก็วงแตกแล้วอีฝั่ง BLG
forcing the fight over this Rift Herald. And Shun on the other side, we look at the 1v1 with Knight up here. He gets pushed back. The Rift Herald goes over to TN.
เนี่ยดูดิคือกินลิฟต์ฟรีเลยพวกขนาดแบบคือที BLG เข้าไปยังคิดหนักอ่ะคือถ้าเข้าใกล้เกินไปก็เจออีท่าสี่คือเรียกต้นไม้มากินชิว
Able to find a fight or a kill there, but still, at least they get, they get the minimum prize. They got the Rift Herald that they showed up for, and they were able to pick it up. So now that they're transitioning that into a top.
ๆไม่แล้วประเด็นคือคอมโบของฝั่งท็อปอีสปอร์ตน่าเกลียดด้วยนะคือลูเซียนสกิล4ใช่ไหมแล้วมอคายมันก็ปาอีท่า4มันไปเกาะไว้อะแล้วก็ดึงมาแบบกินนิ่มๆอะ
He has Primordial Burst. He can do so much damage. Just a couple more trades there. Knight wants it. He has Flash. Doesn't go for it just yet. That bubble pulls them off. Mako saving his jungler. Using his Sun Disc on the top side. Trying to look at now 369 on the opposite side of the map, trying to get some work done into his turret.
Yeah, having a bit of a CS lead. So Bin is losing out, but he just got off his reset. Has finally gotten the Sunfire Cape bottom. Still not really going to change the dynamic of the 1v1 again. 369 is really just being a terror with that Urgot. And this is, again, like the evolution of TS, where maybe past years of TS would slam their foot on the pedal a bit more aggressively at this point in the game, but it's like, hey, we have the grubs. Again, they made that nice lean up towards topside after getting mid-pressure. And now this, I expect them to do a bit of the same, right? Playing a bit of the map, start leaning down into bot side jungle, and getting vision set up to make it hard for BLG to be able to walk in, and that might be your avenue where you finally find the picks you've been looking for.
Top Esports will once again hit the milestone of first turret in the game. Consistent success story for them. Half Mako's health, they can definitely trade, and that's what BLG are looking for. That right there, that's the recipe for success with a little bit more follow-up.
Still needing a bit of time too to get some of these items going, because I'm getting tense. Both the teams 3v3s are in the same area, and it feels like every time that happens, see the contestant outage. You don't have no fear of contesting after Raptors. The Dracula has been doing such a great job, man, with this calling, forcing Elter on out and really not giving him the freedom out. This is one of the only times we're really seeing BLG not able to get the positions where the Caitlyn and Lux thrive so far this split. That cleanse from Dracula not going to catch anybody but Simba. Here comes the play. Kareem making the big dash, and they actually find them, but he's under turret still. He's taking so much damage, and it's actually a big kill back for BLG. They get a big baby cage. Oh my god, you might be crying after that one. Oh, he gets one back, but it's still BLG who's
เฮ้ยตอนแรกเหมือนท็อปอีสปอร์ตได้เปรียบไปนะแล้วอยู่ก็ BLG แบบเคาน์เตอร์เฉย
I look over and Bin is just on top of Jack.
คือเหมือนกับตะกี้ทีมBLG โดนไอ้ทีมท็อปอีสปอร์ตเจอกงเวก้าไปโดนสตัน3นะถ้าดูไม่ผิดนะ เหมือนจะดีนะตอนแรกแล้วก็เจอโดนกงเวก้าขัง
Dracula forced to use that cleanse early on tonight with a really good cage. It's like, alright, we know Cream's going upward, but how do they find their way on Dracula? Oh, he just circumvents right as the end goes in. Moves on his way out. Looks like 369 using his
เนี่ยเจอเวก้าโดนสตัน2
on. And then, yeah, got a great performance by Elkin Knight to be able to just kite this one forward. Sure, he goes down in the end, but enough was done.
Biggest thing about this rec size, we haven't seen true answers into it. The answer has been, can you be bigger in team fights? Both 369 and Bin have been massive already in the few engagements that they've been a part of. Now we get a Dragon reset, and this is second Dragon. It's not that big of an objective, but momentum is key, and both these teams want to fight. TES having a bit of the easier time.
ตัวโซนอาจจะสมัย50-50นะหรือไม่ก็มอคายอาจจะใช้สกิล4เปิดก่อนอะไรเงี้ย
369 stepping up. Look at that health bar. That's going to be big. Jackie Love getting some damage on the bin. They will pull back after the dragon. Nature's Grass coming out soon. Going to try to tank this one up. Crescent Guard there. Tien gets the dragon now as well. BLG trying to move out, but here comes the tidal wave to signal the advance. Big catch out back. Kareem going for the play, but it doesn't matter because he's already dead. Sun bites the dust, and now here comes a nice engage from Top Esports. The Void Rush not going to be enough to take down 369, and a beautiful team fight from Top Esports. Even though they also get the dragon, they get kills, they will end up keeping pressure out in mid.
And now looks like they might even get a bot lane turret off of this with 369 already being down there. No one to contend with. There's no TP for Ben, even if he did come back up. And no, actually not feeling confident enough to keep pressuring with that HP. Guess he doesn't know that there's no members on this side of the map, but you're right. Great to see TS still having some fight in them. And wow, even maintaining a gold lead back. Thanks, 369. I look a little bit less wrong.
There you go. We gotta take a look back at this one though. The cage used to block.
นิดเดียวเกือบนั้นชิงเสาเกือบได้ไปแล้ว
From on here that I thought would completely disrupt the play. It's like, how can they keep going? Well, there's your answer, Cream, finding a way. And it seems like Shun also did kind of just accept his fate a little bit there, but it didn't matter. The cage placement, the binding from on, it just wasn't enough. And that's why I said, right, it really feels like this dynamic's going to come down to it if TS can find the way onto BLG's members. But even at this point, it's like, I feel like we're seeing a lot more value in the poke coming out from Jackie Love and the culling than we have really seen like actual real sticking damage coming out from the BLG duo lane.
That's the most interesting thing.
เดี๋ยวว่าไม่กล้าออกไอ้กางเขนกันเวทมาแล้วก็อาเซียน่าจะเล่นยากหน่อยแหละเพราะว่าพุ่งไปผลักไม่ได้มันต้องแคนเซิลให้เกาะเวทมันหายไปก่อนไง
Land some traps and get somebody dead, but we are getting close to those third items, at least for Jackie Love as well. That'll be a big spike for them to utilize, and it's going to be about how BLG can pick off members before these fights.
Yeah, right now, as we can see here, trying to rely on this cage to potentially set something up, but it's hard, especially from behind. It's even harder to play as what BLG have picked up. We can see them even relying on people like Bin to re-show mid, to even give them the safety to be able to clear some of these waves. And for TS, I don't really feel like they're feeling too pressured themselves. We've seen many times, again, especially once Culling's up, they can very easily chunk one of these members through, and they have Cream right now pushing aside unanswered. So they know they're at least finding pressure somewhere for free.
LG actually looking to posture up that way. And I think another interesting point here is how Top Esports have given Cream a little bit more of the onus to carry. In this one, they are relying on him for a lot of late game damage, and even though he doesn't have any kills to himself, he's already been really, really big in setting up a couple plays. Oh no, Jackie Love. See, this is something that happened in game number one. Jackie Love got caught a couple times.
แต่ตอนนี้ท็อปเงินนำ 2,000 ก็ประมาณของ1ถึงครึ่งชิ้นถึง1ชิ้นอะถ้าชิ้นหนึ่งก็น่าจะของซัพพอร์ตเลยอะ
For an opportunity to hit tower, look to chunk. Sadly, just not expecting Elk to be right over that angle. Still not the end of the world. I mean, he did have his team right behind him, and BLG not really having any easy ways of taking him down. Maybe, I guess, some lightning from on, chaining into the ults there. Could have done a bit of damage, but even then, Jackie Love is cleansed.
The power points right now, 4 kills on 369 for guys. He's almost on those 3 items, but another big fact is that Knight, the MVP of spring regular season, 3-0-3 on the Vigar, almost on 3 items himself.
Really gonna be the one you have to worry about because he's gonna be the
แต่ว่าดูทรงแล้วก็เหมือนยังไม่เอาบาลอนกันนะน่าจะรอไฟมังกรอีกสักไฟหนึ่งมั้งคือแบบกลัวว่าเงินแบบเงินเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะ
He's Shun.
อาจจะแบบกลัวแบบขอไม่พอแล้วปิดบาลอนไม่ทันอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Of a utility ult that BLG really want to have. It's a nice catch out and Top Esports.
You're going to see 369 finishing off their Anduins. Going to have just that little bit more tankiness, a little bit more steam power.
That's scary.
Yeah, and like you said, now Crescent Guard not going to be up for this dragon that's here 30 seconds. Like, this is looking very much like
แต่ฝั่งท็อปเดินกันดีนะแบบคือแทบไม่โดนลักสตันเลยอะคือแบบเดินแบบกะระยะแบบโอเคมากอะ
Flash doesn't want to get connected on.
ดูทรงแล้วเกมนี้ท็อปน่าจะกินนิ่มหรือเปล่า
It'll division game being played towards top side, but we've been much more reserved in this second game than we were in that first game. And I feel like top esports may be feeling a lot more.
เผื่อมังกรตัวนี้ให้ปล่อยเลยมั้ง
Right, TS, I mean, since they got on the front foot, like having the ability to finally play their game, BLG not having a ton of tools to be able to force their way back in or force advantageous fights, and we can see there it's only getting harder. Jackal playing from Vagabor almost up to his third item himself, but yeah, TS keeping it nice and steady now. Just need to wait another 5 minutes, and they will be able to claim that Hextech Soul.
Much like BLG, they will have the decision-making power. They have the advantage. They also but that power feels like it kind of slips under the radar.
ท็อปเงินนำเกือบ 3,000 ก็ขอประมาณชิ้นหนึ่งแล้ว
Like, this is a Hextech Soul. Do not let that one go. Top esports can be ruthless around the map because of that.
And they're gonna keep it up. As you pointed out, the IE now is huge. Jackal seriously is going to be hitting so incredibly hard. Already having the wave up towards top side because they've been playing around Cream, and this might be a trap.
Oh, light binding? Dude, he's very tanky though. He's got a bunch of legs like we were saying earlier, and you're losing your entire top side.
Well, especially like that play only opens you up to doing this even more so, right? It's like, oh hey, they have 3 members there, commit towards top, start making their way back down, because at least that did give BLG the route through
Oh,
river.
they want to collapse on him. They realize all 3 of them are out here. Nature's Grasp isn't going to be long enough. It's not. The kitties go just a little too.
นี่ว่าโดนนะเนี่ยสรุปดุลระยะเหรอ
Yeah, it's honestly though, from the point of view, it was kind of anticlimactic. Like, all right, let's just speed up Little Maokai Ultimate.
Tien just walked up there bold. He did not have his team with him. They were still mid lane. I think BLG realized that now. Tien a little bit out, but he is very tanky. Red buff stolen, or at least taken, not stolen by BLG. It was theirs to come out with. Now Bin was looking for an angle. They have Knight on the top side fight. Nothing else can come up in here though.
Not gonna be able to do anything. Bin did walk all the way over. My God, I must have Flandre just because I'm starting to associate Rek'Sai with Flandre, just B1 picking Rek'Sai all the time. But Bin walking over, so I like the TS have the consciousness to back off. And now this is what we've been waiting for, is when they're gonna look to pull this Baron. Tien's up is already almost up again. If they do need to turn.
เฮ้ย50-50 เหรอ
TES have been one of the most decisive Baron teams in our league. Let's see if Tien can make the difference here. Shun looking for the play over. Shun gets it. Look at the steal. Crescent Guard coming out too. He's going to buy a lot of time. Goes right back in though, sacrificing his life. Ace in the hole comes in as a cell.
โหถ้าอย่างนี้ BLG คุมนะได้มังกร
By time.
What a huge steal going over for Shun, and it feels so sad for TS who've been playing a nice game. You know, the past 15 minutes completely.
แต่ว่าเงินก็ยังตามอยู่แต่ว่าก็ทำให้การเงินดีขึ้นอะ
Set up. You're gonna have to bid now with this Baron buff to at least be able to hold up against 369, the Siege Squad, everywhere else. Just throwing everything at it. Both smites come out, but Shun's just being that much better, sadly, coming down to the flip. I guess.
Go ahead.
Oh, you. No, because I kind of want to hear about the Baron.
I think it's so fun. I literally said it every time. I love the decision making around it. They're quick and decisive around it. But they always let it go to a 50-50, it feels like.
ตอนแรกคิดว่าท็อปจะถอยนะสรุปต่อไป
TES, you know, just the resident gamblers over here. You're gonna see what went down in the right side. But the thing that I wonder, right, is BLG have the Baron. Their comp is great at being able to siege you down. But it's like, TES can just preemptively group up and again kind of have the threat of those engages there. BLG might not actually be able to do too much. And so far they're doing a nice job. I love that they're just like pivoting in this area and river, constantly being able to threaten, playing down towards Bin and at least just taking that one turret. So the threat is always there.
Honestly, this is the kind of game that I really wanted to have. We get a little bit more reservation because both these teams love to explode, and we are 1 or 2 big team fights away from this game exploding, and that makes it so tense. And with 45 seconds until a soul for top esports in a Hextech Rift, BLG are looking to put those boxing gloves right back on.
We do have finally Lord Doms and, you know, even Cripplin there for Knight.
นี้ก็น่าจะป้อมฟรี
they have in terms of hitting front line. Good job, people.
They're moving
Over
mid.
369.
Yeah, they're just completely barreling down mid. Okay, BLG are just saying, let's just go for it. They're going to finally TP in Knight, but it's a little late. And that, okay, gets there at the last second. Oh, then Horizon, pretty big to block off the rest of Top Esports. Now BLG are on the front, but oh, beautiful flash from TN, and they're going to take
ท็อปอีสปอร์ตได้ไอ้นั้นบอยคัพไป6ตัวจริงด้วย
Top Esports take an inhib to the bot side tier 2 that BLG got.
Yeah, they're not. I was wondering if they'd go for anything crazy. They didn't really have a wave, but like if you tried to commit Cream to stopping recalls, but with the Baron, it would have been impossible.
โหนี่โคตรคุ้มเลยได้ป้อมได้อินฮีได้มังกร
Nice X sold to TS. I know a lot of people were predicting this to go the distance, but it's nice to see the back and forth coming through with TS control the speed for almost the whole time.
คือถ้าท็อปเล่นจังหวะมังกรเอลเดอร์เล่นดีๆนี่น่าจะกินนิ่มละแต่ว่าต้องรอดูอีกทีนึง
Now with this soul, we have the timer on the Elder. BLG got the allow themselves to push that far. So they have a strong upper hand even with just a 2,000 gold lead. It's about the way that their competition comes together. The fact that Jackie Love's almost on 4 items now. We just got a third and a half item completed for Cream.
Right, Cream went the more defensive route. Grasp going the Abyssal Mask. He already has his Zanyas. 369 as well just finished off his Jack show. So it's only getting harder to actually be able to take down not even just like the actual front line, but pretty much any member on TS's Cream, even sitting on that buckler.
I do really like that Elk's going the kind of crit build, though. I think without that, it would be completely doomed. And at least they have that saving grace here. Cream, ooh, he was looking for the play. He does get that Sun Disc in mid. There's Knight coming around the corner here. They're just going to press this one down. They will lose their jungle, though. Top Esports coming in and cleaning house a bit.
We could actually see a big part of this gold league being up in that top lane. The one between Jack and Elk, not as large, but 369 compared to Bin. Yeah, about 3,000 gold. Massive.
For a guy that has been massive since his homecoming to Top Esports, I know in our previous answer, the best laner in the LPL, not maybe the world. And he has represented the way that he plays the top lane against a lot of our top laners, where we see a lot of aggressive picks, the side lane. He is a wall that will not be cracked.
Exactly. And you know, a lot of people, especially now, like what we're seeing this year, are going to associate JDG's success, especially with Knight's success last year. But it was
แต่ดูทรงแล้วเดี๋ยวน่าจะไฟเอลเดอร์แล้วก็น่าจะจบเกมเลยมั้ง
he went to that roster a year before Knight, now leaving. He's
เพราะว่าฝั่งท็อปอีสปอร์ตก็ไม่ได้รีบเลยเราไฟเอลเดอร์ขำๆเพราะว่ามีมอลคายยังไงก็ชิวอยู่แล้วเวลาไฟเอลเดอร์
I loved it though. On JDG, they did all those vlogs. My biggest happiness for 369. He's the smile guy. He's the vibes guy. He's the fun guy, and definitely bringing some fun with the Urgot here, the top side. Maybe not to Bin's fun. As TS moving out with Jackie Love, they'll get so much damage onto Shun, and now they can just push up mid lane.
yeah, they're gonna be able to barrel through this one. I mean, it feels
คือแต่ว่าเกมนี้เวก้าเหนื่อยอ่ะไม่มีจังหวะให้ยืนแบบวางกงสวยๆเลยพอเข้าใกล้ระยะก็โมคายปลาลากไม้ก็ต้องแยกย้ายกันแล้ว
at trying to be sneaky.
It's a trap though. It's a double trap. Maybe they get cream. Do they though? No, it's Jackie Love that bounces first.
น่าจะจบแล้วน่าจะแยกย้ายแล้ว
The barrel that is BLG, and they are being completely
ให้แยกย้ายแล้วจบข่าว
joins the rest of his team, and Knight, you're very close to that one too. Cream coming over the top here. He's gonna get decent damage back onto him, but that siege is gonna be too big for the little Yordle.
โหต้องยอมรับว่าท็อปอีสปอร์ตดับตัวมาแบบโคตรดี
Series competitive.
คือเวก้ากับเล็กไซเล่นแบบโคตรยากอะ
It is one that we expect to go all 5 rounds at least here in this best of 5, and it is top
ต้องให้
BLG a little their own medicine.